I want to talk to you today about a question I'm getting a lot. Are quality relationship-minded men actually on dating apps? If you've been saying, okay, April, I am exhausted, where is he? Don't worry, I got you. You already have your experience with dating apps, right? So you don't need me to remind you of how exhausting and disappointing they can be. It is hard. It's really hard to find a great guy in the chaos, but you know what? It's also just as hard to find you too. I'm going to explain. Think of your dating apps like being at a crowded market or a concert. The biggest draw also happens to be the biggest flaw of dating apps. A lot of people. And they give you this false illusion that your guy is definitely there. It's just a matter of finding him. Maybe you do the math and you count how many active users and you assume that there's got to be plenty of quality available men that you'd be interested in, and vice versa. And I so wish that were true. Now, it's not to say that the guy you want isn't on the dating app you're using. He could be, but you can't possibly put all of your focus and attention on trying to find him. The biggest issue I have with dating apps is that they make you feel like you're failing in your dating life. And if you use them long enough, you can lose your way, your confidence, your self-esteem, and even your desire to date. And that's not good. Right now, they may be necessary to get out there and meet people, but here's my question for you. How do you want to spend your valuable time along the way? And I'm talking about in the meantime, before you meet the one. Part of the madness and the exhaustion that you're feeling right now isn't actually from the dating apps themselves. It could be just how you're using or relying on them. So here are a few thoughts to get you on the right path. Number one, you've got to adjust your expectations and your mindset. Most of these apps and these sites are free, right? Or they're pretty darn close to it. Yes, they use words like daily match, but no one is matching you. It's just automated technology sending you profiles. And you have no idea if these men are real, available, or even qualified. And yet, if you swipe and you don't get a response, or no one messages you, or all the wrong men are messaging, it can make you feel sad, and it's really disheartening. If you haven't made a considerable financial investment, you cannot expect these to be your everything. And just to give you some perspective, say you paid $29 for a membership of a dating site, or you upload a free app. It is nothing compared to the thousands of dollars people invest in real offline matchmaking. So raise your standards with people, but lower your expectations of what dating apps will do for you. I promise you're going to be a lot happier and less frustrated. Next, you got to do a quick audit of your photos and your profile. Do you know that your photos are 90% of the reason why men are going to stop and take notice? My advice, take out hats, sunglasses, costumes, group shots, blurry photos. Delete any photos where you're not the focus. Don't show us where you've traveled. Tell us where you've traveled. We don't care that you're standing in front of Mount Kilimanjaro. We care about you, how you're going to look when you actually show up for that first date. Remember, your photos are not just meant to show what you look like. It's about inspiring a feeling in someone. Like, are you friendly? Are you warm? Are you approachable? The most common complaint I hear is poor photo quality or misleading images. So update your photos today. Get a pro photographer if you need to shoot you naturally, go outdoors, or simply get a friend to shoot you with your iPhone. It doesn't have to cost a lot, but if I were in your shoes and single right now, I would make sure that my images were amazing. And no, you don't need supermodel photos, but you do need pictures that are clear and show you at your best. If guys have to guess what you look like, they will literally pass right by. Do not give anyone a reason or have to guess what you look like. Here, mystery is not your friend. For your bio, stay away from rules and regulations. And I mean stay away from lists of what you don't want. It just makes you look closed down, negative, and unapproachable. We don't want that. Contrary to what you think, it doesn't do anything for your cause or help you filter. So avoid sentences that start with I don't like, or I don't want, or don't message me if. My advice, just save that vetting for after someone messages you and there's some interest. Does it take more time? Yeah, but your personal life is important and it requires some attention. Trust me, this sounds like it's more work, but actually a much better way to qualify and attract the right man. And finally, own your time. Don't let this tech run you, you run the tech. Don't get addicted. If you're constantly on your phone spending hours each week on your apps and not seeing any results, just stop. You're most likely just doing too much. You got to think about your ROI, return on investment, right? Because it's just too easy to think that you're focusing on your dating life when all you're doing is swiping or sending messages that go unanswered. That is not dating. So schedule your time, but keep it to maybe 1 or 2 days a week that you check your app, just 30 minutes. You'll actually be more productive because you won't be in constant overwhelm. I hope that helps to clear up some confusion, and this gave you some guidance today. As always, I wish you new relationships and lasting relationships. I'll see you soon.